It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Columbus club, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 66 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake. Long. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now Long, throwing on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. to throw. Long. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Trying to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Long. He finds his man. Complete. It's Lamb. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Long. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Long to throw on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll try the left side. Huggins. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Long. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. There you go. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And his kick is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Swan. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Columbus with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point attempt to come here. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Yeah, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And now here's a carry heading left. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Long. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Long. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Love. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Long. He finds his man, complete. That's Lamb. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's Long on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
Big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. Looking to throw. Swan. Buying time to his left. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken it around the 40. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in. So right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Long. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Long now on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Swan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Swan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. From the gun, Swan. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Swan. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they get the football. They set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's a 2nd down.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Back to throw. Long. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. To throw on second down, Swan. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute. But first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in that one. The Raiders looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. The Lions seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last. We head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. The Saints able to get back to 500. Don't write them off just yet as they move to 5-5 with the victory. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Operating from the gun, Swan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. On 1st and 10, Swan. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Long. Pressure comes and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Long. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Operating from the gun. Long. Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Long. Going for the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Swan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, Swan. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On first down, Swan got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
We're going to shut you down.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Looking to throw on second down. Swan. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Aviators are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
To throw is Long. Throwing on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Long. From the gun, he'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. To throw on second down. Long. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Back to throw. Long. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Off play action. Long. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, the Eagles. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Swan. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Swan. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Back to throw. Swan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And to give this time to the tailback. 54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Long. Now they go screen. It's complete. Able to push his way through. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes out a gain of 8. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly. Got in there and made the play.
And right side, they're going to go option here. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
He'll try again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Throwing on first down. Swan. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and sending him back on the sand. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Operating from the gun, Swan. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot, and he's up to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Whoever the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get 3 up to midfield. The Eagles on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Long. He finds his man. Complete. It's Lamb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down when his way it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Eagles on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Long. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Let's go!
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. Able to slither by, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, Swan got a man and he hits him in stride. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. From the gun on 3rd down, Swan. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Aviators are able to cut into that deficit.
Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for two. They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door.
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Philadelphia, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings.